Hello guys and welcome here. So in this video we are going to talk about the db function inside of Microsoft Excel. So this function is pretty simple, and what exactly is it does, it will return the depreciation of an asset for a specific period using the fixed declining balance method. So basically this function contains 5 arguments. So we have the initial cost. So let's say you're buying a certain asset, so you have your initial cost. Let's say in our case it's going to be $1 million. You have the second argument, which will be the salvage value. So in this case it will be the value of our product or of our asset at the end of the life cycle. So in our case it's going to be $100,000. Then we're gonna have the lifetime of the product. So in this case, it's going to be the number of period over which the asset is being depreciated. So let's say in our case, it's gonna be in years, but it can also be 8 quarters, for example. In our case, once again, it's gonna be 8 years. Then after that, we're gonna have the period. In this case, the period will be the element for which we want to calculate the depreciation. But it has to have the same unit of measurement as the lifetime of the product. What it means is that, for example, if the lifetime is calculated in years, the period has to be calculated in years as well. Well, it's going to be years as well. And finally, the last one will be months, which in our case will be 12. So it's an optional argument, and it's simply the number of months in the first year. If we enter 0 here, by default, it's going to be considered as 12, so we're just going to enter 12. Now, if we want to use this function, how exactly it's going to work, so it's pretty simple. We are going to start with an equal sign, and we are going to write down db, and then we can open up our parentheses. As you can see, all our arguments are here, so we'll start with the cost. So we have our initial cost, which is $1 million. The salvage value will be $100,000. The life expectancy of our product will be 8 years. The period, we want to calculate it for period number 2. And finally, months, it's gonna be 12. And just like that, if we close our parentheses, we are going to receive our answer, which will be $187,500 of depreciation for the period number 2. If we change the period for 5, as you can see, it will change as well. If we put number 1 here, as you can see here, it's going to be $250,000. So depending of the depreciation period, it's going to change. So it's usually higher depreciation at the beginning, and the more the time goes, the less the depreciation will be high. So if, for example, we go for the 3rd period, as you can see, it goes lower until the 8th period, where it's really low. And this one, since the period here is higher than the lifetime of the product, it's going to be an error sign. So the last year we have only $33,000 of depreciation versus the year 1 where it's $250,000. So this is how you use the db function inside of Microsoft Excel. So as always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, to subscribe, and see you in another of my videos.